with open ears. Listen with open ears and also ask questions. Engagement is truly important. I always say the way you participate in here depicts the way you participate out there. I'm a true component and a believer. The way I do one thing is the way I do everything. And for those of you that know me and know me well, I bring intensity to everything I do. So I know I'm going to be listening extra close to Jameka. Jameka is one of my favorite real estate agents, not because her personality is just larger than life, although if you know Jameka, you know that that's true. But she got into real estate in 2018. That's not that long ago. She immediately started signing up for our MORE program, which is a Master of Real Estate program, which I believe we're going to start over again. And then since then, she was able to be on our Rookie Rockstar panel in 2019. It's where we align rookie rock stars that are making waves in the business, doing transactions, maybe setting new trends in the business. And this is another great opportunity for you to come and get involved. In her first 3 years, she did 75 units. And then also in 2021, she went out and got her broker's license and started her own brokerage. So what Jameka is now experiences is not just the hardship of the one-on-one transactions of those 75 units, but managing other people's, telling them how to grow their business. And trust me, owning a brokerage of 100+ realtors, it is a whole new bag of tricks. So without further ado, I definitely want to welcome, big loud round of applause for Jameka.
That's what I'm talking about, guys. When you raise your energy, you raise your money. Who wants more money? Woo! Who wants more business? Woo! Huh? Who wants to travel more? Woo! Now, everybody in Zoom land, can they see me okay? Can they hear me okay?
They can only see your slides.
Oh, they can only see my slides. That's sorry. Too bad for you.
We can see you also, Jameka.
Oh, thank you, Marie. Thank you. All right. So guys, listen. Thank you, Alan, for that amazing introduction. Thank you all for taking time out of your busy schedules as realtors to hear about little old me. Little old me. Now, I don't know if you guys can see this, but that's what I thought about myself when I was still in real estate school. I saw myself big. Okay, that's where it starts. Your mindset, your belief system. Okay, anybody that came within 6 feet of me when I was in real estate school, I said, listen, I'm in real estate school. I'm going to be out in about 3 weeks. So if you know anybody that needs to buy or sell, call me. I started before I started. Come on, like that's huge, guys. That's what you got to do. Now, there's certain people that set goals, and then there's other people that get goals. And lucky for you, you're in a goal getters seminar. Woo! Somebody goal getters in here. Yeah. Thank you. Okay. So listen, back to Alan. I want to thank, first of all, the staff here at the board. I love this board, guys. They were so supportive to me. Dawn Calvo in the building. Yes. Bernadette, Rachel, Jackie Raposo. Anybody, if I forgot to mention, Nick and tech support, they were also instrumental in helping me as I grew and as I continue to grow. But Alan Stewart, with his cute self, my husband's here, I can say that, was up one day and he had this rookie rockstar panel. And I was sitting in the audience just like you guys. And I was bright-eyed and bushy-tailed because I knew, I was like, I want to tear this thing up. So I plugged in. Coming to seminars, guys, super, super important. All right, plug in to learning, to reading, all of that. We're going to get into that in a bit. But Alan was up here and he had these amazing people. Lauren Friedman. All right, if anybody knows Lauren, a co-op banker, at the time she was doing 100 deals a year. Okay, so I definitely wanted to hear from her. There was Tom Vanacore. There was it Gagliardi Peter? At the time, there was all these great people. And as I said out there, I said, next year, I'm going to be up there. I spoke it. How many of you guys speak things out? I'm gonna encourage you after today, you're gonna have affirmations every hour on the hour. Now I cut them off because I'm in here today, but every hour on the hour, I have a timer that goes off that reminds me to say wonderful things to myself. So when he was introducing me and he was, giving me accolades, who'd you hear whoop out in the back? Me. Why? Because you gotta be your biggest cheerleader until you get fans. All right, you gotta believe in yourself. So you have those people there, and I hope you get that more program going again because it helped to get me where I am now. So thank you, Alan, for what you do. All right. Thank you for my awesome assistant, my executive assistant, Terry O'Brien, who is a broker herself, who, kind of was like, I'm not doing it anymore, Jameka, forget about it. All right, but she has assisted me and helped me grow in this thing. So I thank her for that. And I thank God for my newest agent, Jennifer Tillman. Having the right associations. The same way people are guilty by association, you can be blessed and fortunate by association. She made a decision to come hook up with Diamond Realty. And Jennifer, how many deals do you have? You have a new listing and a new buyer.
The new buyer immediately upon coming with Jameka. I left a bigger corporation to sign up with Jameka, and things started to happen.
Hey, it started to happen. So, who wants to make something happen for you? Let's keep going. All right, so who am I? I already told you, I'm a real estate broker. This is my first full year as a real estate broker, okay? And it has been challenging, but you have to persevere, guys. You can't back out the first time something ugly happens. And guess what? Ugly happens. All right? Before I got into this, I have sold just about everything. Television advertising, telephone service. I've sold everything but my soul, all right? And I was doing it for 22 years, okay? I'm also an author, all right? Best-selling author in my house. So you can't buy it anywhere, you can't find it anywhere. If you want it, you gotta call me. All right, I'm also an ordained minister, so you'll hear faith come out of me. I'm not preachy. I want you to believe in whatever you want to believe in, but guess what? I plug into my source, all right? And I've been speaking and doing women's conferences and singles conferences when I was single, up and down the East Coast for about 27 years, okay? And lastly, I was a television personality. I had a TV show for about 10 years. So, CTV, the local stuff, I owned it in New Haven County for a while. I had a religious show. But most recently, I just flew back from Tampa, because guess what, y'all? I was down there with the Selling Tampa ladies. Anybody watch Netflix? Selling Sunset? Well, there's another group called Selling Tampa. Those are the African-American chicks that sell billions of dollars in real estate. And I was training with them. And hopefully we'll be having our own show here next year. So fingers crossed for that. Well, let's talk about where it started. But before we get to where it started, close. That's me closing some deals. That's me on the left here, where I close my own deal. And here's the rule of thumb, guys. You help enough people get what they want, you're going to get what you want. So have a mindset of servitude, even when they get on your nerves. We're a group in here, we can talk like that, all right? You've had some buyers, some sellers that get greedy on you. All right, listen, we're in the service business. We got to serve them when we feel like it and when we don't, all right? The house on the right is kind of like my crown jewel because we're in this hot seller's market. And I was able to sell this house, guys, for $50,000 over what the last house, identical house, same street. We broke records in that neighborhood. So we're super happy about that. But, can you see? There's a little glare. And you can laugh, all right? This swan did not come out the womb like this, all right? I was a chubby kid. I started setting goals at a very young age, kind of because I had to, all right? Family back then was not particularly nice to little chubby kids in the family. So I got picked on, I got called names. So what did I do? When I was about 12 years old, I said, I'm not going into high school chubby. So we're gonna make some decisions here. I created the first circuit training before it was circuit training in my attic. All right. I I did 50 jumping jacks, 50 sit-ups, 50 push-ups every day, day and night. And then eventually, this chick showed up. Now, I didn't look like that going into high school. I was a little younger, but you get the point. I dropped all that weight. They thought I was sick or something because I got sick on my goals, guys. It was an obsession. So I want to ask you today, how bad do you want it? How bad do you want to be? Whatever it is you want to be, and we're going to deal with that, okay? So that's actually me at 40 years old. I had picked up some happy weight being married. You know, they like to feed you all the time when they're trying to get you, you know. So I was in restaurants a lot, okay? And I got chubby, guys, and my blood pressure was super high. And again, I had to set some goals. And I learned how to do something called a kettlebell swing. That changed my life. She's looking at me like, kettlebell swing, what are you talking about? I dropped 3 dress sizes doing a kettlebell swing, guys. And so people started asking me, how'd you do it? How'd you do it? I said, you know, I need to get paid to tell them. So I started my own personal training business, and it was very successful. But then, again, life happens. I was happy. I was training at the edge. I had all kinds of clients, and my awesome, wonderful husband got hurt on his job. And so now my flexibility was gone, right? Because I was a night trainer, and it started from 2 to like 9 at night, and he needed to get to his doctor's appointments. So I had to make a decision. Do I go back into financial services, or do I come up with a new plan and become like truly self-employed? So I said, you know what? I bought my books right here at this board on a Friday, and I was in class on a Monday. 5 weeks later, I had my license. Okay? That's the way it has to be. I burned my boats. I couldn't go back to anything. All right? I had to make this work. And so there was a new level of intensity because now I'm the only income in the house. All right? And that's what happened. That's how I got into real estate. So in case you guys ever want to know, well, where'd you come from? I was pushed into it by life. And you got to go out and make life the way you want it to be. Now, this seminar was birthed out of my fishing trip. I don't know if you know or not, but I'm a deep sea aficionado, okay? I can fish your wheels off here, all right? So me and my husband go fishing. This is my last story before I get into what I'm going to teach you today, okay? I'm talking to my brother-in-law on the boat. I got my music in my ears. I'm eating chips. I'm doing all this stuff, and I'm fishing. 3 hours go by. I only caught 1 fish. Now, for somebody like me, that's completely unacceptable because we're used to getting 50 to 100 on these trips, right? I got mad at myself. Is there anybody in here that's mad at your finances right now? Mad at where you're at in your career? Mad that you're not getting more out of your life? That's how I was with that fishing trip. I'm like, 1 is unacceptable. So what did I do? You know me. I got laser focused. That's how the Burn a Hole in Your Goals seminar was birthed. I looked up at the sun, and then you know how kids, when they were little, they got a magnifying glass and they would burn ants. Oh my God, I'm so terrible. And then he looks like, yeah, he's your ant burner. Right? They burn paper, they burn leaves. And so I said, I got to get intense with this thing. I started to visualize, which I'm going to teach you guys about. And I saw my rod start to bend in my mind. I said, okay, there's enough of this. Took the earphones out, put the chips away, stopped talking to my brother-in-law about stupid stuff. And I dialed in, guys. And then I caught, after that moment, that bucket of fish, when I was done, like there was 15 to 20 in there within minutes. This is no like fairy tale, guys. This really happened because I started to see myself. And there's more that I caught, but I had to throw them back because they weren't legal. Okay. There were sea robins in there. Anybody ever see a sea robin? It's the ugly thing. It makes a noise. Who wants to eat that? Nobody wants that. So I was catching sea robin, everything. Every time I put my line, here's my witness, put it in there, boom, boom, boom. Wouldn't you like to have clients like that? Boom. Guess what? You can. So, number 1 thing you need to do right now, all of you, Zoom land, inland, You have to decide what you want. I was coaching a young lady down in Houston, Texas. She calls me like once a week. We have a session. And I said to her, how much money do you want to make? She's a realtor coming in. Oh, she said, over 100,000. I said, that's not a number. You got to get specific now, guys. Super specific about what it is you want. So now, here's your assignment. People don't get what they want, guys, because they don't know what they want. All right, we can't just leave it up to, if you're a church girl, you'll say, oh, whatever God sends me, I'll be satisfied. Or if you're a person that's kind of just like, oh, I just go with the flow, whatever comes my way. Well, guess what? Most of the stuff that just comes our way, we don't want it. We don't want it. So now, guys, I'm telling you, the key to this is to get specific. Now, you're gonna write, I'm gonna give you 5 minutes. Terry, keep the timer for me. Right now, whatever comes to your head, you're gonna write it in the first person. And these are goals, these are financial goals. How much I am earning X, okay? I don't know, let's see, what are some of my examples here? I am 30 pounds lighter. Not I am losing weight. No, I am 30 pounds lighter. Whatever that number is, 5 minutes, get them down. Professional goals, personal goals. And guys, I want you to think so big. If you're not thinking big, then don't think at all right? It takes just as much effort to think about small stuff as it does to think about big stuff. And they say, the experts say, that if your dream doesn't scare you, you're not thinking big enough. So now, write it down, guys. There's something between a hand-brain connection. And Kelly McGinnis taught me this years ago. There's something called the reticular activating system, okay? That activates when your hand hits the paper. It becomes almost like it's law. Your subconscious doesn't know the difference between what's real and what's not. So when I told myself I am a successful real estate broker years ago, it wasn't lying. Somebody said, that's lying to me. That's not true. Guess what? It was predictive programming. That's what I call it. Predictive programming. I was telling my inner self who I knew I always was. So jot it down, jot it down, jot it down. Write in the first person. Be very specific. I'm telling you guys, this is the stuff that works. Because what's been happening is you've been just going to the office, going through the motions, but you got to reset your internal set points. This is why when people win the lottery, they're broke within 5 years, some quicker, because internally they don't believe they should have that money, so they self-sabotage. Where are we at? 3 minutes?
3.5.
Thank you. You got 1 minute and 45 seconds. Tell the universe, tell God, tell yourself what I really want. And then we're going to get to work on how to get them to show up. And I do this every day. Every single day. Time up, Terry?
Oh, not yet.
What do we got?
We got 2 minutes and 25 seconds.
No way. This is a long 5 minutes, Terry. I'm shutting it off. That's it. Something tells me she hit that timer late.
No.
No, I'm just messing with you. All right, let's keep going here, guys. All right. Boom. This is what I had to learn to master, guys. It's time to change your mindset. Most of the ways that you all believe, they're not even your beliefs. They're what your parents taught you, right? You got your belief system from other people, from your teachers, all right? Who told you whatever. I remember my teacher told me one time, your handwriting's terrible, Jameka. I said, well, pretty nasty, right? That wasn't encouraging. Now I have one of the best signatures you can imagine, per me. So it's time to change your mindset. You got to learn, guys. And then you got to unlearn a lot of the stuff people taught us. And then you got to relearn. Anybody willing to do that? Because that's some work. It doesn't cost you anything. It's gonna cost you some effort. And you gotta make time for this. So somebody would say, when do I do this? Right? I'm working all day. A lot of this stuff happens pre-wake time. I'm up like 3, 4, 5 in the morning, guys. Making sure I get everything that I'm about to teach you done. All right? So the experts have told us in the past, it takes 21 days to create a habit, right? That's not true. The new brain science, neuroscience folks say now that it takes 61 to 365 days to develop a new habit. So that takes what? Time. All right? But guess what? The good news is you can do it. And how can I tell you that? Because I did it. And that's what I love about this seminar. I'm not telling you something that somebody told me. I walk this, I live this, I embody this every single day. Let's keep going. You must become so focused that you see nothing else but the end result. Okay? This is called back from the future thinking. Brian Tracy teaches this. I highly encourage you to get everything Brian Tracy has ever written. Okay? Watch the YouTube videos. Okay? End result. What do you want the end result to be? See yourself there doing it, and then boom, let's get it. All right. Exercise for you right now. I want you guys to count how many red objects you see in the room. This is a focus exercise. 5 seconds. Good. How many did you see? All right.
13 so far.
Nice job. Excellent. Now close your eyes. All of you, close your eyes and tell me how many blue objects you saw. She's looking at me with her eyes open saying, I don't know. All you gotta do is look. All right. Do you understand what happened there, guys? When I told you and you were focused on looking for red, you found it, right? The blue was there all the time, but because you weren't focused on it, you didn't see it. This is what goals do for you. It helps you to focus on what you want in this life. That's a pretty powerful one. I enjoyed doing that when I did it. Now, you all know this one. Where's the arrow on the FedEx sign? Everybody see it? Everybody sees it? Oh, Jennifer said, I don't see it. Who else doesn't see it? You don't see it? Let me see.
Oh, now I see it.
Uh-oh.
Someone told me.
I hit something. Technical people. Where's the laser? I gotta point this out. You guys see it? Boom. And some of you guys knew it right away because you did this before, right? But some of you who didn't know, you didn't know where it was until I pointed out and said, look for this. Your goals tell you, look for this. You'll automatically begin to see opportunities. Why? Because now you're focused on seeing them. Look. Hey, there you go. She's getting into it. She's adding to the presentation. Good. How about the measuring spoon? Anybody see that? Yeah. The measuring spoon. You see it? All right, y'all don't tell them. Yeah, you tell them. Anybody not see it? We're an intimate group here. Anybody not see it? You don't see it? Right here.
Oh, yeah.
Ah! Doesn't that mess with you? Like, isn't that crazy?
That's all you can see.
Exactly. Ooh. She just added to it, guys. Once you see it, once you get it pointed out to you, guess what? That's all you see. Woo! I'm getting excited. I'm driving in place. Oh my gosh, it's so exciting. So, who's ready for my 5-point plan for success? Come on, drum roll. Who's ready? Let's go. I wish I had music. It's not gonna be what you think it is. Call your coach. Make 1,000 phone calls. All right. We got music.
We can work with this.
Guys, you gotta meditate. What does that mean? That's some stupid, super spiritual stuff to me, but I'm not doing it. No, dude. This is what quiets you down. Okay? All the noise we got going on, our phones are going on, right? Our kids are calling us. All right, husbands need this, you need that. Clients need this. You've got to find some space and time. First thing you do before your feet hit the floor in the morning, you lay there and you take 6 to 10 deep breaths in, right? This is not some new age mumbo jumbo. This is going to help you dial in, guys. You're going to focus on your breath, focus on your nostrils even, like it's crazy. In through the nose, out through the mouth. You're breathing in calm. You're not, listen, this is why your internal set point, you're gonna start to wake up early on purpose because you're gonna love the results you get. Like it's not even gonna be a chore, I promise you. I'm a witness, okay? Look, you're gonna think about 3 things you're thankful for, okay? That's gonna help you start in a positive mindset, positive mainframe. Not what went wrong, not what deal blew up, not what client you couldn't find because your phone wasn't working and you're closing in 2 days. That's my story. None of that, okay? You're gonna dial in and get yourself quiet. So now you can focus on the things on your paper, which is the next step. You gotta visualize and you gotta emotionalize. You gotta see yourself in the moment, guys. You gotta see yourself holding a soul sign at the property you're at. You got to see yourself 30 pounds lighter. You got to feel how that's going to feel. I'm telling you guys, this works like a charm. I carried an index card in my pocket, and I had it taped in my car on the glove compartment. I drive a slingshot. Everybody thought it was crazy. Nobody knew what it was. It's a 3-wheel motorcycle. Aaron knows. He's driven. Did you go for it? No. Anyway. I told my mentors, I drive a slingshot. I don't see it. I see it. I saw it here first. I saw my blonde locks. The ones I bought. All right? You like that?
I do like that. I love it.
Blowing in the wind. And then, guys, when it was time, I knew it. I said, honey, we got to go to the dealership. The day I went was the day. He was like, oh, Mrs. Jefferies, your credit is so wonderful. You don't have to put any money down. What? Your interest rate is only going to be 5%. What? And 3 weeks later, it was in my driveway. I wanted to drive here today, but I didn't feel like driving to get off. Anyway,
Your locks.
right, ruined my lock. See? The next index card that I had in my pocket, and I wish I could get this off the bottom there, was I listened to a man called Bob Proctor. You're gonna have this whole reading list, guys. Bob Proctor, YouTube, find him. Okay? God rest his soul. He passed this February. 87, 88 years old? Bob Proctor. Bob Proctor. And he said, do you know you can make all of what you made in 1 year in 1 month? My first year in real estate, I made $30,000. Huh? Nothing to really brag about, you know. I mean, it was a lot of deals I had to do because I split it with everything, right? Could have made more. That's why I'm a broker. But he said, do you know you can make all what you made in 1 year in 1 month? I said, okay. Next index card pulled out. I earned $30,000 a month. That's all I looked at every day. I went to bed looking at it. Woke up thinking about it. A year later, guys, I started doing that last year. Last month, we made $25,320 in 1 month. I know it wasn't 30, Jameka, right? Guess what? Because I aimed higher, guess what? I got higher. So I didn't hit it all the way. We're gonna hit it, don't worry about it. But I never dreamed of getting that close in this amount of time. You understand? That's how it can be for you. But you gotta get bigger. Next thing, you gotta write this stuff down. Journal, write it down, right? You gotta write it down, you all. You need to carry a pen and paper with you. You need a digital journal, all right? But always make sure you write with your hand on the paper, at least 10 things you want, okay? But in your electronic journal, I'm on day 995 since my life changed. I wouldn't have known that had I not kept a journal. You need to write down your goals so you can go back and cross them off. Who wants to start crossing some stuff off? Yeah. But you gotta get it down in order to get it down. All right? You gotta get intentional. You gotta live your life on purpose instead of by accident. Make sense? Number 4 on my 5-point plan for success. You gotta read. Okay? You gotta read things that encourage you, that inspire you, right? Whether it's scriptures, whether it's, some kind of poetry that you love. You gotta read, guys, and you gotta get books of people who've been successful. Read what they did. There's something called, Audible. You can get books for free, practically. You earn credits for every book you read. You get another credit, you get a free book. Turn your car into a rolling university. Y'all here showing all these houses? Stop listening to these songs that you know all the words to. Every time the song comes on, they get a check. What do you get? A memory. Oh yeah, I was in the beach with Harry back in 19. You don't need another memory like that. You need some cash. You need somebody talking to you about how to get some more what? Cash. Okay? YouTube, another free one. I subscribe to YouTube because I don't want the commercials. I don't want them interrupting me while I'm in my vein. And guys, that's how my money began to climb. The month before we made 25, we made 21. It just kept growing. But you know why I began to make more? I began to expand myself. I began to believe that I deserved it. That I'm not cutting corners. I'm not cutting my commission no more. Just because I really want this deal. You have to know what you're worth. And how do you know what you're worth? Is when you see yourself in places, all right, that say, I'm worth it. I deserve this. And that's where your personal development training comes in. So you must train like the best in your field. The other thing, read about real estate at least 15 minutes to an hour a day. How stupid do you look when your client calls you up and tells you statistics that you didn't know? All right, when they're talking about NFTs, all right, and you're like, an NF who? You do not want to get in that position. That makes you look like a chump. And they're off to the next person who they feel adds what? Value. Okay? So study this craft, you guys. You guys are in one of the best professions. We have never seen anything like this. I know we haven't, in our generation. We haven't seen a market like this. You need to be capitalizing on this. All right, how do you do that? You got to get smarter. You got to read. You got to subscribe to the NAR the newsletter they have. Okay, read the stuff your companies put. That's a newsflash. Read the emails your company sends. All right, stop just deleting everything. Anything you do for 1 hour per day for an entire, 1 hour per day for 5 years makes you an expert. So, number 5, and the last point, because you're getting sleepy. It's getting warm in here. Is it warm? Yeah? No, it's just me.
You're putting that energy out.
Thank you, sister. She's fanning me in the back. We're not worthy. We're not worthy.
Burning a hole in your nose.
Yeah, right. Exactly. I'm burning a hole in it. Act. Instead of just come to me because I think about it, I got to get up and do something. Act as if, take action. So act means, okay, after I do all of those 4 things I told you about, okay, get on a bike, go for a walk, okay? You got to keep your health together. How many of you know it's a stressful job? Newsflash. This is crazy stressful what we're in, guys. Like people have no idea what we go through. So you got to exercise. You got to move your body. Act. Then you got to act as if it's already done. Act as if you're already $1 million range. Do you know what $83,333 is? What does that number mean to you? 83,333.
1 month of $1 million.
Huh?
1 month of $1 million.
See, that's
in a
not,
year.
that's not fair. You're my team member, you know stuff. 83,333 is what you need to make a month to make $1 million a year. Yeah, you gotta break your goals down. You gotta start chunking. Okay? Chunking means you break it down into bite-sized things. Daily. That's how I know that, because I want to make $1 million a year. How much is that a month? How much is that a week? How much is that an hour? 833,333. Anybody know what that is? 10 million, sister. That's my new index card. You've been peeking. That's what it is, guys. Hey, if I can believe for $1 million, why can't I believe for 10? Come on. If I can believe for 1 employee, 5 employees, why can't I believe for 20? It's all up to you. I was talking to the lady who made this yesterday, and I told her I just got back from the Dominican Republic and how I travel and I love to do these things. And she's like, I pulled up in my slingshot and I said, you can rent it, you know, it's on Turo. Oh no. Couldn't do that. I said, you need to live a little. She said, my idea of living, Jameka, is being in the mountains in Wyoming, taking pictures of pretty flowers and enjoying nature. I said, you know what? That's awesome. Why? Because that's what she wants. Me, I want a Bentley. Come on, somebody. That's my idea. That's mine. You feel me? So whatever it is that you want, make that the focal point. As children, we had what? 2 things we had to do. Was play and get good grades. Right? Stay out of trouble. 3 things. Play, get good grades, and stay out of trouble. As adults, what do we gotta do? Stay out of trouble.
Make
What? Make
lots of
right?
money.
Be the best you can be. That's the 2 directives in life. Be the best. Why not? All right. And this is my last word to you. John Assaraf, Assaraff. You'll have the list in a minute when I put the slide. Wrote a book called Inner Size. We exercise, but we don't exercise. We gotta get our mental capacity together, guys. You do these things daily. And I promise you, you will begin to see amazing things happen. The more you journal the good things, the more good things you'll have to journal. So, become the person you wrote down on paper, act as if you already accomplished all of the goals on your paper, feel it, embody it, become that person, okay? Become that #1 inspection company in the state, right? Become that great commercial guy. Become the best mortgage providers in the state. You know what I was telling people? I'm Connecticut's #1 real estate broker. I didn't have any employees. This is just me and Victor, right? But it didn't matter because I positioned myself in places where the people believe me. And now I'm a location scout for the gigantic movie studios. Little old me. How'd you get that, Jameka? Because I made a declaration. I said, I'm going into luxury sales. Who needs luxury houses? Movie producers, actors, directors. What did I do? I got in front of movie producers, actors, and directors. What a revelation. You know why? Because I believed I belonged there. And guess what? My belief made them believe. Tomorrow we're hosting a big event down there. So guys, make the calls. Do what the lady said yesterday, Marky. I don't know if anybody was on that call. Great call. Okay. Make the calls. She said make 8 calls a day. 8 texts a day. 8 emails a day. 8, 8, and 8. That's 24 people you reach. Make the appointments like you're the best. Make your money like you're the best. Believe that you're the best, and guess what? You are the best. I'm done. These are the names of the books that I've read already this year. You guys want to jot them down. Inner Size, John Assaraf. I don't know how to get that off of there, but we're not gonna mess with it. You Were Born Rich, Bob Proctor. Do everything Bob Proctor says. Eat That Frog, Brian Tracy. He's the master of goal setting, guys. Okay? Thinkonomics. changed my life. I think I spelled it wrong, but Reverend Frederick Eichmann Coulter, the richest man in Babylon, showing you how to, manage your money. George Samuel Clayson, Success Principles, Jack Canfield, the author of Chicken Soup for the Soul. Questions?
How do we call her? What is her name?
Yeah, I was just gonna say,
Huh?
tell them your handle so you can follow you.
Oh, yeah.
Follow you.
It's on the last page. You're rushing me. You're rushing me. All right. So on Facebook, I'm Jameka Morrison Jefferies. All right. On Instagram, I'm at Jameka Real Estate. Okay. And then on LinkedIn, I'm Jameka Jefferies. I don't go there that much. So you hear my voice drop. LinkedIn, I'm Jameka Jefferies. All right. But yeah.
Can you say that over again?
Oh, sure.
Yeah.
Let me go to the next page. It might be a little,
There you go.
is it too small?
No, this is no results for Jamaica real estate.
Where? And which one?
Diamond.
Where are you looking at?
I didn't spell your name right.
Well, that's why you can't find me. Yeah, I'll get you afterwards. No worries. So yeah, that's it from me, guys. Yes.
As far as like journaling, I'm not a journaling type person. What do you journal about? Like just your everyday.
Oh,
what
there you
you do in life, or just like your goals or something that you want to set.
Yeah, so that's a good question. You need it. For me, I started journaling things that went well for me that day, right? Everything that goes well for you. Your journal is only a success journal. You don't put in crappy stuff that happens, okay? And then at the end, I always finish with top 10 things I'm thankful for, right? And then I write again, my goals again. What do I want that day? You understand? So I can do a deeper dive with you, as to what your personal ones are, but that's what I do on a daily basis in my digital journal as well as handwritten.
I'm gonna throw out there on that. First thing you should write, when you get up, you should make your bed. And you write it down, I made my bed. Because that might be the only success you had that day, right? The
Nope.
rest of your day, the rest of your day became a hurricane, right? But you got out of bed and you made your bed. Success.
Yeah, that's a good one. See, I do all this in the bed. So I appreciate you guys. Yeah, some people work from home, I work from bed. That's how I get it done. Anything else? Any other questions? Zoom, any questions on Zoom? All right, thank you guys so much for taking time.
Oh my God, how about Jameka? So I just want to say, she's an amazing woman, amazing person. And some of the biggest takeaways that I got from Jameka's presentation was, learn, unlearn, and relearn. It's absolutely critical. And one of the biggest takeaways I got from her as well is that she kept referencing many places where she was picking up a lot of this knowledge. That's a lot of humility right there. She's spreading the love. She's giving out referrals. In our business, we want referrals, right? I have found the best way for me to get referrals is to give out referrals.
Yes.
So, but she was giving out verbal affirmation referrals of where she received the knowledge. And that's humility. And humility shows that she definitely goes out there, admits when she's wrong, admits when she needs to learn something and relearn something new, and then starts to apply it right away. We're never too old. We're never too perfect to become a better person.
Absolutely.
So I really appreciate that. I also like down writing and speaking your goals into existence.
Yeah.
I know I 100% realize that too. I remember when I got involved with the association, the first event I went to we had the big trade show, and I was like maybe a month or two into it, and I saw a guy up there getting the Realtor of the Year award. And I was like, I want that.
Yeah.
I want that. And my second year in the industry, I was the guy on the stage
There it is.
receiving it from
Yeah.
them. And most people don't get that until 10, 15, 20. I don't know anybody that's gotten in less than 10 years, but it's because I was writing it and speaking it to existence.
I saw him get up on stage, get Realtor of the Year, and I said, that's where I want to be.
There it is. Yeah.
And then the next year he gave it to Wayne.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's an honor in itself because Wayne is like an icon in the
Exactly.
industry, you know? So, and then the other thing is, and the reason why I'm repeating these things is because Socrates says learning is remembering.
Yes.
Like coming to places like this, You may already know a lot about what Jameka's saying or the next presenter or the past presenter is saying. I know a lot about what Jameka's saying because I'm involved in a lot of these activities that you're doing. But learning is remembering, reinforcement. We learn through reinforcement. So when she was talking about slowing down to speed up, I know about that, but I haven't been practicing that in my life recently. When she's talking about slow yourself down, get all the noise away from you. That was huge. And then my favorite thing about Jameka is that you need to be your biggest cheerleader until you develop some raving fans. You know? She was in the back, you know, cheering herself on, and you guys need to do that too. And that's why we have this community. Because maybe you guys start networking and communicating outside of here. It doesn't matter if you're in a different program. It doesn't matter if you're in a different part of the industry. Be each other's raving fans. I love it when I see Doug selling a lot of real estate. Because I know it's a frenzied business and I believe in abundance. Him selling more real estate doesn't take away from me or anyone else. If anything, it adds to it. And it's the same thing with Jameka. She becomes, I would love Jameka to work for my brokerage, but she's got her own brokerage and I love it. All right, so that's one of the biggest takeaways that I got. Please tell your friends, tell your family members, tell your affiliates to come, to start to enjoy themselves here. We're back in person. The meetings are starting to grow. At one point, we had 75 to 100 people in these meetings, and they were live, and they were really electrifying. We were learning a lot, and everybody was doing more business. And that's all I want for you guys, is to do more business. So please bring your friends and family. Thank you, Jameka. Thank you, Doug.
Thank you all for coming in, and thank you all for being on Zoom. Because without all of you here, we don't really have a group.
I got a question over there.
Yeah.
No, I can't. You were talking about the rookie panels. I was at that. I was at the panel that you guys did, and I loved it, and I hope you do get to start that.
Yeah, I'm actually going to talk to Dawn about stuff like that, actually, right after this. So I'll let you guys know. If you come to the next your professional network meeting, I'll probably have some updates about that.
All right.
Thank you.
Thank you.